All right, so I see where a lot of people right now are celebrating this whole thing with the President Trump's indictment, being arrested, being drugged in the court, being drugged before the cameras. A lot of people are celebrating, right? And while I understand the sentiment, I understand the thought, I understand some people who feel like he had it coming and all of that and good riddance. You know, you've been doing this type of stuff for a long time and now it's finally catching up with you. I understand all of that. But I think people are not really taking into full consideration the long-term implications for this country as a whole, like when this type of stuff happens. So I'm not saying at all that he should not have been indicted. I'm not saying that at all. The law is a law, and nobody should be able to get away with boldly breaking the law. Okay, and just on a personal note, hey, at some point, you got to pay the price for your you got to pay the consequences for your actions. Bottom line, right? But I think we need to be in prayer, taking full prayerful consideration of all the other factors that are coming along with this situation. Not trying to rhyme, just did. We got to think about, like, what are the ripple effects of this for our country, for people, for everyday people, for folks who don't have nothing to do with this, innocent people, whether that's children, grown people, just general Americans. What are the long-term implications for everybody as we're looking at all of these, at this situation? It's because it's a lot of wild stuff going on right now. Like we in some interesting times in this country, in these fine United States of America. There's a lot of strange things happening right now. There's a lot of things that are totally unprecedented. There's a lot of things that make you wonder, like, what's really going on? End times, prophecy. Real talk. If you just look at the news, you're like, hey, fall to your knees and pray. Consider, pray for people, pray for the government, pray for your family, pray for the kingdom. The kingdom is gonna be all right. The kingdom is gonna be all right. But we need to be in clear prayer for all of these various situations that's going on right now. What's up with all these tornadoes? Well, we know it's climate change, but God dog, really? We getting comfortable with two things that we never was comfortable with before. We getting comfortable with school shootings, and we get comfortable with tornadoes. We're getting very comfortable with tornadoes. I mean, this year alone, there has been over 400 documented tornadoes in these fine United States of America. 400. I remember back in the day, a tornado was a not seemingly random, but it was a phenomenon. It was something that did not happen very often. That's what a phenomenon is. Something unusual, or something that when it does happen, it is like, oh, wow, that was a tornado. That's different. That's unique. Yeah, we in interesting times, y'all. We living in some interesting, some interesting, precarious situations. Yeah, I am connected. So, but my thought is this here, though. My thought really is this. We as people need to be in prayer. We as people need to be really considering all of the factors. Clubhouse, y'all let me know if y'all can hear me. We need to really, like, for real. Like, because the game has changed and it's continuously changing. And praying people need to be on their wall. Let's get it started. I want to see who in the room. Plus, before I shout out the room, I also want to y'all saying y'all not hearing me. I can't figure out why Clubhouse would not be hearing me. Let me see. No, I'm not muted in Clubhouse. Nope. My mic is open. Yep, nope. My mic is open. This is up. Yeah. Can y'all hear me now? Okay. All right. Had a connection issue with Clubhouse, but we clear now. What's up, Clubhouse? So y'all ain't hear none of that stuff I said. Facebook heard it. YouTube heard it. But these little technical roaches. Oh my God. Little stuff. But real talk. We're gonna get into some various topics today. I'm not gonna go back and restate all that stuff I just said. We'll talk about it when the show starts. What's up, Leon? Hey, y'all, Leon changed his profile pic, y'all. Uh-oh. Leon showing off the queen today. I hear you, brother. You better do it, Leon. Leon ain't playing. You better do it, sir. Leslie Ashley, what's up, sis? How you doing, ma'am? Fo Lake is in the building. What's up, Fo Lake? Paul is in the house. What's up, Paul? Paul and took his profile picture down. Paul got a blank screen up now. What's going on? Jermaine, what's up, Jermaine? What it do, sir? Brandy is in the building. Michael is in the house. Good morning. Jennifer is in the house. Good morning. Hazel is in the house. That's the youngest Hazel I've seen in a long time. Hazel like she 31. Wow. Miracle, what's up, Miracle? Good morning. Amber, good morning. Kimberly, good morning. Adi, good morning. Stephanie, good morning. Joe, good morning. Christopher, good morning. Destiny, good morning. Kat, good morning. King, good morning. Let me make sure I get this right. Prince Brown, Reverend Doctor Prince Brown. There it is. Lakeisha, good morning. What's up, family? Listen.
30 hertz straight up.
All right, let's get it started this morning. We got a lot to talk about. What's going on? Kind of talking about some of the current news story stuff we haven't been really talking about on here, because if y'all have not noticed, we don't do a lot of news. We don't do any tea, and we really focus on families and we focus on faith. That's what we talk about here. But every once in a while, I think you need to reflect on what's going on in the world, in the news, and just let, really just allow it to, for us to consider our thoughts and consider what we're observing in the earth. Plus, it's Easter weekend. I'm on the road Friday and Saturday, but it's Easter weekend. The weekend we celebrate our Savior, what he did for us, the price he paid for us. Plus, random, totally random. I want to talk about some old TV shows that I used to love, and I got some actual songs, and I actually have the openings that I'm going to play. I found one of the openings for one of my favorite old TV shows. One of the TV shows, if I had it all over to do again, it would not be one of my favorite TV shows, but it was. It was one of Donna's favorite TV shows too. Pastor Tuck's probably was one of his shows too. He probably not going to admit it though. He probably won't admit it. He's not going to admit it. I bet he won't. I'm going to see. We're going to see. Hey family, listen, let's get into it. What's really going on? Tornadoes. Okay? President got indicted. The former president gets indicted. Black CHYNA got her doctorate degree in ministry. So she is now minister. She's a minister now. How about that? That's a blessing, ain't it? And a whole lot more. Listen, call your mama, call your daddy, call your auntie, call your cousin, call your uncle, call your friend, call your family, call your neighbor. Go down, if you're at work, go down the hall and tell that person in that third office down the hall, tell them, say, hey, stop writing that pause and keep working, but make sure you put your headphones on or put it on your computer. Hey fam, let's get it started. This is the Akintunde Show. Let's go.
Another track laid production, but no joke, entertainment, let's go.
Akintunde is gonna make you laugh real loud. So
Get your
come on,
laugh on.
scream it out.
That's right.
Akintunde is
Say what?
gonna make you
Make it laugh.
real loud now. Akintunde.
Daily I shall.
It's the Akintunde Show.
Say what? Say what?
You heard what I said.
That's right, y'all.
The Akintunde Show.
Spell it.
A-K-I-N Tunde.
Looking for promotional products and apparel? Look no further than P&B Promotionals. Place your brand and logo on just about anything with P&B Promotionals. Over 800,000 products. Caps, travel mugs, drawstring bags, water bottles, stadium cups, umbrellas, tote bags, and t-shirts. P&B Promotionals is a nationally certified advertising company. Log on to pbpromotionals.com and start your order now. pbpromotionals.com.
Imprinting the best for less.
check out my website, JaleelMakes.com. We got logos, flyers, video editing, and other stuff too. Also, if you want to make your stream look professional, check out JaleelMakes.com. I have a brand new package for streamers from YouTube to Twitch, Facebook, and so on. If you need overlays, bumpers, intros and outros, thumbnail and logo design, and banner for your Facebook page or your Twitch page, all for a reasonable amount, I assure you, at least I think is reasonable. Anywho, go to my website, JaleelMakes.com. JaleelMakes.com. If it's on that website, I can make it. So check it out.
It's the Akintunde Show.
Say what? Say what?
You heard what I said.
That's right, y'all.
The Akintunde Show.
Spell it.
A-K-I-N Tunde.
Oh, yeah.
All right, y'all, listen. Listen. Coming up Easter Sunday, family. Easter Sunday. It is the official launch of the brand new My Church channel. My Church channel debuting on Roku, Amazon Fire TV, Apple TV, on Facebook, on YouTube. On the website, the lovemychurch.com website, this channel will be everywhere, and it is the official rollout, the official launch. We call it a soft launch in the industry because we just rolling it out. And I say we because I'm a part of it. The Akintunde Show is on the My Church channel right now. Hold on, let me tell you in my Pastor Kearney Thomas voice. Right now! That's right. So make sure y'all are in the house. Make sure y'all pay attention. Go ahead now and download the My Church app. The My Church app right now to your smart TV device. Download it right now. All right? And let's get the founder, one of the co-founders of the brand new My Church channel. And also, she is the producer of the Akintunde Show. Let's get him on screen. Let's get him on audio. Donna J, Pastor Lewis Tucker. What it do, family? How y'all doing? Good morning, everybody.
What's good?
What's good, Donna J? How you doing? What's good,
I'm
Pastor
doing
Tucker? How you
great.
doing? Good morning,
Doing all
everybody.
right, man. Doing all right.
Awesome-tastic. Pastor Tucker, are you excited about Sunday? You ready for the rollout?
Hey, man. Very excited. Very excited.
Okay. All
This
right.
is big for the kingdom. This is big for the kingdom.
Yeah, it is.
Yes.
It is, sir. It is, sir. And again, y'all make sure that you all are. Make sure I need everybody. My Clubhouse family, my Facebook family, my YouTube family. Go ahead and download the app right now, and go ahead and add it to your channel. So when you open up your Roku, when you open up your Apple TV, or when you open up your Amazon Fire, you will see the My Church app right there. So let's go ahead and get that done. Make sure y'all support. And man, I'm just loving it because this is the beginning of something that is really awesome and going to be an amazing opportunity for the kingdom of God. And I can't wait to share it with more members of the kingdom, more pastors, more leaders, and also just the take the gospel to all the world. You know, it's an amazing opportunity. Yeah. Look out later this afternoon, y'all. Probably about between 3 and 4 o'clock. You're gonna see a brand new interview that's outside of the Akintunde Show. Interview with me and Pastor Tuck, giving more details about the My Church channel. Really talking about the heart and the reasoning behind why kingdoms, believers, why leaders, why the church should be a part of this media landscape. Our voice needs to be heard. You can't just sit by idly and be upset by what's happening or get frustrated when you see this happening. Oh, people shouldn't be saying that. Well, do something about it. Get active in the game and play your part. Do your part. You know what I'm saying? In the words of who was that? Andre 3000. Who was that? Was it? They say play your part. No. That's UGK. I'm quoting the UGK song. You play your part. Play your part. Speaking of playing your part, looking for promotional products and apparel? Look no further than P&B Promotionals. Place your brand and logo on just about anything with P&B Promotionals. Over 800,000 products. Hats, mugs, backpacks, bottles, cups, drinking glasses, lip balm, chewing gum, candy, and of course, t-shirts. P&B Promotionals is a nationally certified advertising institution. Log on to pbpromotionals.com, pbpromotionals.com, and start your order now. pbpromotionals.com. Imprinting the best for less. P&B Promotionals. Shout out to Pelham and Brenda Myers, great friends of the Akintunde Show, supporters of First Sundays, supporters of WF Media Studios. Their logo is right up there, just like the My Church logo is right over there. We got billboards in here, y'all. I got to do a new video kind of talking about the facility, kind of letting folks know all the different things we can do here. I'll talk about that later. But I want to get into this. I want to get into for something random before we get into the show topic for today, which is what's really going on. There's all kind of stuff going on. It really as the kingdom, as believers, it really kind of brings you like, ooh, like what's up. I'll come back to that, but I want to something random here. Okay, so Jaleel came in, and Jaleel is an old soul. He's my second oldest son. He's 20. What are you? 28, Jaleel? 28 years old. He's pushing 30. You know you're pushing 30. You know that, right? Yeah, I'm coming to Clubhouse comments in just a little bit too, and Facebook. Jaleel is pushing 30, but Jaleel has an old soul. Jaleel go looking for old. He'll watch like old videos. Last night, I was randomly singing LTD Jeffrey Osborne hit song. So I'm singing it, and in my mind, I'm like, I know Jaleel don't know what I'm singing. I'm in the kitchen. He's at the sink. And I'm in the kitchen like cooking something, and I'm like, every time I choose, I lose. I don't know the other part. Every time I turn around, and then Jaleel was like, back in love. Ooh, I'm like, how the heck he know that? I'm like,
Get him, Jaleel. Get him, Jaleel.
Yeah.
Tell him, don't try to play you. Don't try to play you. That's my nephew. Don't try to play you. That's my nephew, boy.
your nephew finished the lyrics aside. You like, ooh.
Tell him, don't try to play you. That's my nephew, boy. I told you that's my favorite warlock right there. Don't play with me, boy.
So this morning when he came in, I was randomly looking at an old Spider-Man, like the old TV show. Remember the old 70s Spider-Man TV show? Which when you look back on it, people always tell me, oh, this was terrible. No. That was good for the time.
It was good for the time, yeah.
Yeah.
That's just bad. See, I had to hit Courtney to the original Adam West Batman back in the day.
Oh yeah. Bow.
Oh my
Pow.
God. Wow.
Bam. Lamb.
When they walking up the wall.
When it was clearly on level ground.
Yeah.
Wow. But you know, I used to come home from school, go to my grandma Mary's house. And when I was in like second or third grade at Barnard Elementary School in Savannah, Georgia on West Broad, is now MLK, used to be West Broad Street. And when we used to walk home and we knew we was on time getting to the house if we was able to catch Batman. The old school Batman, and they would have them old school like cliffhangers. Will
Yes,
Black
sir.
Batman beat the Joker Saw? Tune in next time. I'm like, classic.
Exactly.
So
Caesar Romero
Eartha Kitt.
yeah.
as the Joker. Eartha Kitt as Catwoman.
Yes.
So when you turn Courtney on to, what was her response?
Oh man, it was hilarious, man. Me and Courtney used to have the best times, man. Me and Courtney would sit back and watch it with me, boy. We would clown, yo. Courtney be like, shark repellent? Really? Let's probably some hairspray.
Come on, look, Kimberly talking about same bat time, same bat channel. Come
Yeah,
on now.
yeah.
No, same
Come
bat
on now.
station. Same bat station. They didn't know about no
Yes,
channel
sir.
back then. It was bat station.
Yes, sir. That was it, yo.
Wow. Okay, so me and Donna came clean that she's like myself. You know, if we knew better now, we
I
wouldn't-
probably still watched it.
would you still even with the Confederate flag on the car?
I don't know. It was just for the time. It was a great show.
Okay, so Pastor Tuck, were you a Dukes of Hazzard fan? Keep it real.
Yes, I was.
Uh-huh.
Yes, I was.
Pastor Tuck, he said you weren't going to
and-
admit it. So
And still am.
And
see,
still,
thank
And
you,
still am.
thank you, Pastor Tuck. Thank you, thank you.
The original. The
Thank
original.
you.
I ain't like that. What was that? Cody and whoever when they brought the cousins in. I ain't like
Oh
that.
no. You
No,
got
I'm the original Bo and Luke.
Yes.
Why did they do that? They must was fighting over money back then too.
Yeah, they was fighting over money by then.
God, dog.
I ain't like it when they changed out Luke.
No.
Wow.
No.
They changed out Luke? What was a different Luke? Oh,
It was Vance and Cody or something like that was the cousins, but then they changed out Luke to a different dude. He said,
I don't remember that.
Nah. Yeah, it was all. It wasn't always Tom Womack. It was somebody else after that. But yeah, I won't dig in none of that.
Interesting.
I won't dig in none of that.
The original.
Yeah, I used to love the Dukes of Hazzard. My aunt Alethea, she used to call me and my brother Khalid the Duke boys. That she used to call us because we would get in trouble, and she used to call us.
Man, I learned how to drive watching the Duke boys. What are you talking about, boy? What are you talking about, boy? I had some tactics, boy. When I used to get out there in them streets, boy, I was good.
See, if you learn how to drive watching the Duke boys, you was either getting in trouble, getting tickets, or getting in wrecks.
They was getting out of trouble.
I was getting out of trouble. Look. Just a little more than the law will allow.
Yeah, just a little more.
Oh,
Let
me see. Drop in the comments. Anybody on Clubhouse or on Facebook, drop in the comments if you were a Dukes of Hazzard fan back in the day. Keep it real. If you were a Dukes of Hazzard fan back in the day. Now, some of y'all look pretty young on Clubhouse. You probably don't even know what the Dukes of Hazzard is. Dukes of Hazzard.
Tell him, Kimberly Morgan, I still am. Kimberly Morgan said, I still am.
See,
wow. Look. See, you got to understand. Dukes of Hazzard is that's my rules of the road even right now. see, you be on the highway, people be driving 90. No, the Dukes of Hazzard tell you how not to get a ticket. You do just a little more than the law will allow.
That's right.
See, if you drive the speed limit, you irritate everybody else.
That's right.
You flying down the road, you get a ticket. You do just a little bit more than the law will allow.
Yes.
I'm trying to tell you, he gave you the rules of the road.
That's hilarious. He said,
and the original Daisy Dukes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
I'm like, how can you be mad, boy, when they gave you that as a teenage boy? What are you talking about?
I'm gonna play the opening. All right, if you're watching on Facebook or YouTube, I'm about to play the opening. And Leon and Kimberly, y'all funny. Kimberly said, that made me want to drive. Leon said, making a way, the only way they know I see. That's what I'm talking about, Leon.
Tell him, Leon. Tell him, Leon. Look, the Duke boys was just country hood dudes, man. What are you talking about?
Yes.
They was country hood dudes, man.
I'm going to tell you what I think about it in
boys
reflection.
was on probation half their life.
Okay.
They couldn't carry guns because they was on probation, so the boys had a bow and arrow. The boys was like, what are you talking about?
But hold on.
Their daddy was running liquor.
Liquor. He was the equivalent of the dope man. He was a dope king.
He was the uncle. Uncle
I had
Jesse.
an uncle that was a bootlegger. What are you talking about, man?
See?
Go ahead, run that song, Julian. Run that opening sequence.
And they're waiting.
Just a good old boy, never meaning no harm. Beats all you never saw, been in trouble with the law since the day they was born. Straightening the curves, flattening the hills. Someday the mountain might get them, but the law never will. Making their way the only way they know how. That's just a little bit more than the law will allow. Just a good old boy, wouldn't change if they could. Fighting the system like a true modern day Robin Hood.
See that was your part. See, that was your part right there. See, that was your part. See, that's when you tell on yourself right there. See, I can relate to all the other lyrics except that part right there. Right there is where you lost me. See,
no black people, no black person would have ever hear that song. I done been places.
Wow.
I done been places like at the rodeo and places where in the deep south, and you hear that sound and you like, if you hear this right, yeah. That is
I'm reaching for my pistol.
Wait, here's the whole thing. The Dukes of Hazzard could have never been a black show. Because there ain't no way in the world, no network TV, no television network will have the gall, will have the unmitigated gall to have a show with two young black men with no jobs, on probation, stayed in jail almost every episode, ran liquor.
What you talking about staying in jail? They escape from jail every week.
Yep, they did.
Escape
They
from
didn't
jail
get
every
caught.
week.
Yeah.
Their cousin worked in a bar, wore shorts every single day,
Yep.
served beer.
Daddy was they uncle was a bootlegger.
Yes.
He was the equivalent of the dope man.
Yeah.
Come on now. I'm talking about they was always getting in trouble, always doing something wrong, blowing up stuff, tearing up the town, causing wrecks.
No, see, Ak, you first of all, you putting the wrong spin on the Duke boys. I don't like that. You giving them a wrong characterization.
What you
they
mean?
were not doing stuff wrong. They were trying to help situations.
That's what I said.
No, they
they
wasn't.
were helping people.
Yes, they were.
Yes,
They
were.
were just out here doing stuff
was
wrong for no
helping
reason.
people.
Bo and Luke was sorry. They ain't had no job. They weren't even trying to look
What are you
for a
talking
job.
about?
They got up late every day, walked around with their shirt off. That's some sorry
Them boys
jokers.
was out there. Them boys was out there building barns and fixing fences. They were working on the farm for Uncle Jesse. They did whatever Uncle Jesse told them to do. They was good young boys.
Them jokes.
It was
I gotta
obedient.
agree.
Y'all
I gotta
dropping it.
agree.
See, y'all giving
They
them
was
a
doing
pass.
chores. Every time you turn around,
They was
Luke
doing
out there working on something.
You
Gotta
be-
go out here and fix this fence. Uncle Jesse told us down here.
You giving Bo and Luke a pass. Bo and Luke don't deserve no pass. They was
They
too.
won't sit around playing no Xbox.
They was too sorry, good for nothing jokers.
They was in
No.
the country. They was in the country
They
doing
were running
country
over
stuff.
to the feed store. They just
That's
happened
right.
to stop by the boys' nest and get
right.
them a meal on the way.
That's right.
Always
the boys
hanging out in bars all day. Come on now. Every day?
They had to go down
Every day.
to Cooters and get a part for the truck. What is you talking about?
Where they got the money for the part for the truck from? They didn't have
Uncle
no job.
Jesse. Uncle Jesse
Uncle
was
Jesse
the
had plenty of
bootlegger.
money. He was a
had money.
bootlegger.
Who was the insurance
right.
company that always fixed the General Lee after they jumped it every single week and messed it up, tearing up the front end, blowing
You
the
fail
tires?
to understand. Uncle Jesse ran shine with Boss Hogg back in the day. Uncle
Awesome.
Jesse still had plenty of dope money, man. What are you talking about?
Okay, you put a nice spin on it. Here's another one though. Here's another show that when you look at the special effects, I tried to watch one. I tried to watch one transformation scene of the old school Incredible Hulk. I tried to watch one, and I was like, God.
Oh, don't
dog,
you
that
start
was-
blaspheming.
that
Don't
was-
you start
That was
blaspheming.
terrible. That was horrible.
Don't you start blaspheming. That
Oh, that
was
was
my
horrible.
show.
It was the
Boy,
best
Lou Ferrigno, what?
they
You about to
had.
make me Hulk out right here on the show.
That's
Don't
right.
you do it.
Uh-oh.
Don't you do it.
Uh-oh.
About to Hulk out right here on camera.
Oh, there you go, Donna. Run that opening sequence. This
Here
is
we
classic
go.
old school
This
TV
is-
right here.
This is the best.
Dr. David Banner, physician, scientist, searching for a way to tap into the hidden strengths that all humans have. Then an accidental overdose of gamma radiation alters his body chemistry. And now when David Banner grows angry or outraged, a startling metamorphosis occurs. The creature is driven by rage and pursued by an investigative reporter.
Mr. McGee, don't make me angry. You wouldn't like me when I'm angry.
The creature is wanted for a murder he didn't commit. David Banner is believed to be dead, and he must let the world think that he is dead until he can find a way to control the raging spirit that dwells within him.
The best.
Boy, to this day, that's the reason why my trap still sit up on my shoulders. I used to, from the time I've been doing, I I've been doing shrugs since the time I was 12. Do you understand? Because of Lou Ferrigno. Do you understand?
Man.
Do you understand this, son? Do you understand this?
You mean to
that
tell
was my
me
inspiration in life?
that is why your shoulders directly to your neck, just under your ear?
Exactly. To this day, that's why.
Classic.
That was
Classic
good.
old school TV.
I was 16 years old doing shrugs with about 500 pounds, y'all. Do you understand me?
Oh my God,
Ferrigno.
hilarious! And Lou Ferrigno. This is a little historical point. Lou Ferrigno was hearing impaired. He was deaf.
Yes, partially deaf. Yes, sir.
Yeah, and
You know, Bill Bixby had the original eyes, the original contacts.
oh really? Wow.
You know, before everybody started
before
wearing
everybody
the
started
green
wearing
eyes,
them.
yeah. He was the first. He was the first one to do
When
that.
he turned
before
and
it became
he was,
fashionable.
That's right. He had those white contacts.
Yeah.
Because he knew he was going to turn into the Hulk.
Yeah, I would be watching scenes. I'd be like, go ahead. And he would always let somebody beat him up. I'm like, man, dude, like really?
He'd be like, go ahead, man, stop, man,
Cut it out.
Leave me
Stop, man.
alone.
Leave me alone, man. Go ahead.
It was always a
I
bully.
done told you.
As soon as he turned his head back to the camera and you saw those eyes of white, you knew it was coming. You knew it was coming.
Here it come. Here come some random information that Jaleel has. That only Jaleel would have. Jaleel would know this. He said Lou Ferrigno voiced the Hulk in the '90s cartoon and movies. Yeah, he said he did his roar vocals, roar and vocals. I didn't know that. Okay, Jaleel.
The original roar. You know where it came from? It was actually a lion.
A lion.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Get out.
Go back and listen to the sound effects.
A
Wow.
lion. Yeah.
Interesting. Wow.
Yeah, when you hear that, that's
Interesting.
exactly what that was.
Wow.
Isn't that something?
Classic. That was what now did I remember the Hulk came on Friday nights too, right? Was that right along with the Dukes? Because I remember the Dukes of Hazzard it was something else.
Yep.
It was Dukes of Hazzard was 8:00. No, it was Dukes of Hazzard 8:00. Then it was 9:00 was like Falcon Crest.
Oh,
and then
yes.
10:00 was Dallas.
Oh, yes.
Yeah, Dallas was the big show. That's when my mama came in the room. Friday night in our house.
There were several shows on Friday. There was the Friday night shows. There was the Hulk. There was Knight Rider.
Yeah.
There was the Dukes of Hazards.
I saw Kimberly mention Knight Rider back in the day. Yeah. Okay.
See, now if you really want to go back, the $6 Million Man.
That's
come
what I
on,
was
come
going to say,
on, come on.
Pastor Tuck. You took the words
Come
right out
on
my
now.
mouth. The $6
Come
million
on.
man.
Steve Austin?
There is not
Steve
a
Austin?
man. There is not a man alive,
Steve Austin, boy.
50 years or older, that has not run through the parking lot in slow motion going.
Classics. Boy, if y'all could see the ignorance of us going, I'm in
What?
full slow motion.
Oh, my gosh.
And I'm gonna tell you,
so
the
funny.
funniest joint ever was when I showed Courtney the episode with the Bionic Sasquatch.
Oh, no.
Oh, I don't remember that
The
one.
Bionic Bigfoot, man. When that Joker fought the bear,
Wow.
Courtney was in the floor. She was in the floor. She said, "And y'all believe this?"
Hey,
I'm like,
listen,
Courtney.
that was
you
back in the
wanted
day.
to believe.
That was
you
back in the
wanted
day.
to believe.
That's right.
When the stunts were so bad, I mean, it's like they would have a woman, like it'd be a scene with a woman fight, and it was obviously a man. It was like
A dude with a wig
Right,
on.
a dude with a wig on. It's like,
Look,
this is the worst.
How's that old lady 6'4"?
Right. And I mean, they didn't even try to cast nobody close to the size of the woman. This is obviously a grown man with a wig on fighting. Oh my God! All right,
And then for the women, they came back with the Bionic Woman.
the Bionic
Oh,
Woman.
absolutely.
Jamie
what?
Summers.
Now,
Jamie? What?
Was that a cartoon or animated like a comic book, or was that original TV series?
I think they started off as original series. I think they did do cartoons behind them.
Okay.
But both of them started off as original. You had I'm trying to think. What was the lady's name that played the Barney woman?
Lindsay
Wagner.
Lindsay Wagner. There you go, Donna.
Lindsay Wagner. There you go, Lindsay Wagner.
All right, Donna with
And
the
like you
original
said,
names. All right.
Lee Majors.
Lee Majors. Yep.
But we cannot forget one of the greatest shows of all times, Wonder Woman.
Oh yeah.
There's not a man 50 years older that did not want to marry Linda Carter.
Linda Carter was so fine.
Women wanted to be
Linda
her,
Carter was the
men wanted
finest
to be
woman on
with her.
television.
Yes.
What is you talking about?
That's right.
Let me tell you something. Linda Carter and Jane Kennedy back in the day. What? Linda Carter and Jane Kennedy was so fine. I was a kid. I said, "Oh my God, oh, they so fine."
That is true.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay.
Leon Campbell said when she did that spin, what is you talking about?
Wonder Woman.
You sitting there going, man.
Wonder Woman.
You be like, get that Diana Prince out here. We need Wonder Woman right now.
Classic, y'all. I'm sorry. We just had to be random for a minute.
We did. That was fun, though.
Okay. Oh yeah. The invisible jet. Yeah. Thank you, Celeste. Celeste dropped that.
That was hilarious. Courtney laughed her back off when she saw that. Courtney was like, "Really, Dad? Really? She's just sitting in a chair with a glass plate. Really?"
Hey, that was state of the art. That was state of the art special effects back then. State of the art.
Courtney was my rider. Courtney used to watch all my old shows with me. That's why Courtney is a G. That's why I tell you, Courtney used to watch all my joints with me.
I gotta call Courtney, call my niece, and rebuke her for hating on them old shows, for hating on them old special effects. Them special effects now, okay, it was what it was. But for the
now,
time,
see, Kaya was a hater. Kaya wouldn't even watch them. Kaya be like, ew.
She wouldn't even
Courtney would
indulge
just
you.
get her laugh on.
Wow. All right, y'all. But listen, I want to get into some topics today because like I said, on this show, we don't do a lot of news. Every once in a while, if something is very, relevant to the kingdom, to Christians, but to believers, it has to be specific. I'm just not on here talking about just whatever happened today, but for various reasons. Because our goal is to inspire faith. Number one, why we cut up, but our goal is always to inspire faith. Our goal, really more than anything, is to strengthen marriages and strengthen families and strengthen whatever status you are in life as a believer, whether you're a widow, whether you're single, whether you're young, whether you're older, whether you're retired, whether you in business, whatever your status is, whether you're a pastor, whether you're a minister, whether you are an entrepreneur, whether you got a great job, whether you're looking for a job, whatever your status or post is in life, our goal is to inspire you in that position. So we don't get into a lot of things a lot of times, from a topical standpoint, and we definitely do no tea. I don't gossip about nobody because I wouldn't want nobody gossiping about me. And I think it's mad feminine for men to be sitting up on any platform gossiping about somebody's relationship and talking about who got married and who didn't get married and who getting divorced and who beat their girlfriend or beat their wife. I ain't got time for none of that. They ain't none of my doggone business. And I'm a grown man, and grown men don't sit up gossiping about people. And if you do gossip, you probably ain't gossiping in public, okay? Because I know some dudes gossip. So I won't put you in condemnation if you're a gossiping dude. You ought to cut it out. But anyway, we'll come back to that for another time. But today, I feel like we should talk about some of the things that's been going on because it's some wild stuff happening in culture today, okay? History has been made. I watched that bad boy live on TV. Interestingly enough, I was sitting there watching the camera, waiting for President Trump to come in, and then walk into the courtroom, and then somehow I dozed off. when I dozed off, he was already out. I was like, how the heck I dozed off and slept that long? So I don't know how long I slept, whether it was 15 minutes, 20 minutes, or 45 minutes. Either way, I took an unplanned nap and missed it. But I did review it. And you're talking about something that this is his history, right? And a lot of people all over TV, all over YouTube was celebrating. Some people boldly was celebrating. Okay, and then some people was like journalistically celebrating, which they kind of like low key musing about it and not really going in about it. But Morning Joe on MSNBC, they was going all the way in. And then Roland Martin literally laughed. He was chuckling, right? So I'm like, it's funny and you can laugh at it if that's whatever your position is, right? But I think we got to look at this thing for what's the broader implications for the country? What's the broader implications long term? What are the ripple effects of a former president of the United States being indicted and arrested? And you want to call it arrested? And, you go and turn yourself in, you get fingerprinted, and then you go before the judge. It's being arrested. They ain't arrested like everybody else get arrested, but it's a formality. It's a process, right? So my thing is like what's the long term ripple effects implications? That's really my legitimate concern. My concern is no matter what position you are, whether you uphold it, whether you have an issue with it, what are the long term implications for that? I want to talk to Donna about that. I want to get y'all comments. Y'all drop in the comments what y'all think, and let me hear what y'all got to say. Pastor Tuck, your thoughts, sir.
I got a couple questions first.
Yes, sir.
Because I don't follow all of this stuff.
Of course,
right? That's not my thing.
Right.
The motive behind this arrest. Because I don't even know exactly what he's being charged with, but the motive behind it, who was pushing for this? Is this a citizen or is this more of a political government thing?
It's both. It's definitely politics. For sure, it's politics all day long. The judge has Democratic ties. And it's not obvious, of course, because judges have to appear to be impartial, right? Yeah. Or impartial, I should say. The prosecutor definitely is a Democrat. Definitely is.
But what I'm saying is, for example, if you came and filed charges saying that I stole something from you or I hit you or did something to you, that's something. Court ain't got nothing to do with that. They just gonna do their job.
Correct.
Is that happening? Did somebody come and do that? Or is this, okay, like the government comes after you and says, Ock didn't pay his taxes or Ock didn't, do you follow me? There's a difference between the two. Is this citizen-based or is this government-based?
It's government-based, and what it is because his financial advisor and his attorney both served time, and one is still serving time for this whole process of him paying off a porn star and a Playboy bunny, for paying them off hush money is what they calling it, and so he falsified documents. Anybody who has a good CPA.
This was prior to him running or while he was in office.
So he paid them off prior to him running. And then he paid them back. He paid back his attorney while he was in office. So I think it was collectively about $160,000. He paid it back while he was in office. Of course, y'all, Pastor Suck really don't know what's going on.
No, I'm just okay. All right, so this is my take on it, and a lot of things, a lot of people probably will have different mindsets than myself, but this is my thing. Okay. Yeah. At this point, we can't go back and get the 4 years.
Correct.
We can't go back and get the 4 years that he served.
Yeah.
So the fact of the matter is, if he lied and paid somebody hush money so that he could win the election, to keep it out, keep the scandal from happening, so that he could win in the first place and get in office.
Yeah.
That's water under the bridge. That's already done.
Yeah.
Was it criminal? Yeah, these guys are in jail, whatever. Okay. If they snitch now, that's a tell-all book. Get paid, whatever. But the fact of the matter is, you indicting him now, it ain't like this was an impeachment. Because if you impeached him while he was in office, and this came out while he was in office,
right,
and they went through that while he was in office, that was an impeachable offense, and you could have impeached him at that point.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
He's out of office now. So the only thing you're doing now is impugning the office. Because now you are attacking a former president. He's not a sitting president, but you're still attacking a president. The thing about this government, I'm not highly political, but the whole theory behind it is that the presidency is an office and it's not a man.
Right.
And it's supposed to be in theory, part of the strength of our government.
Right.
So basically it's kind of cutting off your nose and spite your face.
Right.
Because now you just trying to get at him. And if it's so political, all you got to do is, if he says he's going to run again, hey, we got this ammunition. We can use this now to keep you from running again. But doing this right here, you're actually dismantling the credibility of the government because we sit on a world stage, and it messes with our economy. It messes with our political power, our defensive powers in all areas of the government. You're actually weakening the government by doing so. And see, and it's this petty stuff that you're doing.
That's my point, and I'm coming to you, Donna, and I'm coming to the comments too. But that's my point. It's the ripple effects of it. Like at some point, there's going to be harm that's going to be caused. Now, here's the thing. This is just the first case. This is actually the weakest case. Right. Then you got Georgia. Now that's gonna be a hot mess, stinking mess, because they got him on tape for over an hour, asking them to essentially do an illegal act and literally, recount or add votes. That's gonna be a problem right there. And I don't know how that's gonna work legally. And then you got the whole document issue in Florida. So this is my concern is, trust me, as much I'm not Democrat or Republican. Y'all know that. I don't rock either way, right? I vote how I vote depending on who the candidate is, and I judge the candidate based on the merit of that particular candidate. But Akintunde don't go in there and go bam, 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 Democrat, or bam, 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 Republican. I think that's foolish, right? I'm not saying that I haven't, in many times, everybody lined up in one party. But I'm saying just to go in there and just haphazardly vote for everybody, that's crazy. Right, but my concern is that as much as President Trump's personality rubs me the wrong way, what are the long-term implications of this act? Are there going to be terrorist actions that come from this? Are there going to be financial issues like you're talking about? What are the long-term implications, the ripple effects on quite frankly, on innocent people because of this hot mess right here?
Since this is a faith-based show,
yes, sir,
and a kingdom content, let me give you a very kingdom-based analogy. You have a pastor that's pastoring the church, and he has a moral failure.
Correct.
He does something that's out of pastoral character, something that's immoral. If this illegal, immoral, whatever context you want to put it in, it happens while he's in the pastorate. Then we got to figure out what's the appropriate action needs to happen then. Whether there's an accountability board in place, whether you call somebody, whether he needs to be, take some time, sit down, repent, go through that process. Then same thing what I was just talking about, whether he needs to be impeached while he's in that position. But this is the thing. He's former now, and he's not actually in the process of seeking a new office.
Yeah.
He's retired now.
Yeah.
So for you now to dredge up this thing and to publicize this thing, it's only going to do two things. It's going to weaken the body because you're going to have people saying, well, see, now I can't trust the church.
Right.
It's going to make this particular church look bad because they're saying, oh, they let this happen. And there must be other people in there that's corrupt. So now it's going to make the church untrustworthy. You're going to have people who are going to leave that church because they're going to say, well, you were here and you were a part of that. And so it's going to, like I said, weaken the stability of the church itself. And so it's that same analogy. It's the same thing going to happen to the government. And so, like I said, once again, what's the point? Because it's different now if that pastor, raped a woman, molested a child, did something like that. So now we're talking about a personal act. So now we have to have some justice take place.
See, here's my thing. I promise, Don, I'm coming to you next. But here's my thought. I do understand and I do agree that nobody should be above the law. I think that sets a bad precedent for this country because, and I will say this right here, President Trump has emboldened a lot of people to be their most authentic self, good and bad. A lot of it's real bad. And so what you have begun to see is a lot of politicians doing a lot of bold, wild stuff because he operated with impunity. So I definitely understand the value of that no one should be above the law and everyone should be held accountable. And I'm not saying that they're wrong for charging him. My concern legitimately is, what about the people? What about the country? Hold on, Pastor. Let me go to Donna and then let me go to comments. I'll come back to you. Go ahead, Donna.
Well, I definitely think that he should be brought to justice because no one is above the law. And if we have kept them on a pedestal for 200 years, our presidents, and a lot of stuff has gone down, and the country knew it, but because they were deemed untouchable, then they got away with a lot of things, and we saw that. We saw that over the years. But the one thing that is concerning is that if he is indicted, and he was indicted, but if he's goes to jail and everything for this, that because this was sought by a prosecutor and not by like the House or the Department of Justice or whatever, it's done by a prosecutor, then now we open the door to prosecutors going after the a president at any time,
or any politician.
Bringing it on they are going after them. So now what is that going to do to the country if you don't agree with their politics, or if you can find something, you can dig up something, you can make up something, whatever, and go after this president? It's going to be a lot of wasted hours in court. It's going to be expensive. And people are just going to go after people just because they, presidents, just because they may not agree with their political what their political position is. So that's one thing that they were talking about, that is something that
concerning.
Is concerning, yes.
Yeah.
And he would not, even if he was at this time anyway, he wouldn't be barred for running for office again.
Now that's interesting.
So that's the thing that is a little bit scary, is because as much as there are people that support Donald Trump, a lot of people do not support him and his politics because of his character, and saying anything, doing anything. And he could actually run for president again. That race was very close.
Yeah.
So he could actually become president again, which is frightening.
Interestingly, Kimberly said he can still ruin.
Oh yeah, right.
She said he can still ruin for president. So was that a typo, Kimberly, or was that
ruin the presidency?
It's a couple of things what Donna just mentioned though. One, when she talked about he can still run for president. Well, Mike Tyson can run for president, and he's been to jail for rape. That's not unconstitutional because that's the law.
Yeah. Right.
So the problem with all of this is it's subjective because it's Donald Trump. Yeah. Because the fact that we're saying he should be brought to justice, my question is for everybody who says this, will we be saying the same thing if it was Obama?
Ooh.
And the reason why I say that, because you just said for over 200 years, the president has been above this, but now all of a sudden we're like, we got to get justice. Why? Because it's Trump, this guy we don't like. And because nobody has ever said that before. And they have not actually operated with impunity. There's a system in place to deal with the president, like I said, and that's called impeachment.
Yeah.
But that's while he's been in office. So there are certain a different set of rules for them. Yes, they have a different set of rules, and they're that way for a reason.
So
to protect the government.
Let me ask you
like
this.
you said, to keep it from just any prosecutor going after him for any reason. And so we can't now just change that set of rules because we don't like him and he's so that we abhor him so much.
So do you think that they should, if he, because clearly he broke the law, okay?
Yes.
Clearly he was doing wild stuff, right? So do you think they should ignore his actions, in your opinion?
I don't say they should ignore him, but if this the case, they didn't just find this stuff out. They knew about this when he was in office. So if that's the case, why didn't they impeach him?
I think some of this stuff and actually to your point, the former prosecutor for New York, I forgot his name, excuse me. He said that he was told to stand down. Now, at the time, of course, when President Trump was in office, Attorney General Bill Barr was the AG. So I'm sure that that probably was something from Bill Barr that came down to say, "Hey, pause on this, hold off on this." There was a overwhelming culture that we're not going to touch this, we're not going to go after this, we're gonna ignore this. So when he transitions out, you get somebody else in, and for whatever his reasonings are, that case, that door was open. Plus, because you got to remember too, here's the other thing too. That same attorney general made sure that Michael Cohen, President Trump's attorney, not only got prosecuted, not only was convicted, and of course he got convicted by a jury of his peers, but that he also had to, it was a lot of uncomfortable stuff that was apparently done to him while he was in prison, right? And supposedly that was perpetrated, came from top, came from the White House. So it's what it is now is, it is, and again, I'm not litigating right or wrong, prosecute or not prosecute, and that's not what I'm litigating. I'm just giving you the facts of it. But the issue comes is what are the long-term repercussions? What does this mean for the culture? What does this mean? And then we got to be. And I think what it is we got to be prayerful, like legitimately prayerful.
And that's my thing. It's like we can't just change the rules of the game because we don't like the guy. You know, because like I said, at that point, if it was supposed to have been prosecuted then and he didn't, he got away with it. It's almost like saying, well, you know, they let OJ off, let's go back and get him. It's almost like double jeopardy. And I know it's not legally the same thing. It's not legally the same thing because they didn't actually try him. But it's like, y'all let him go then. You had him then. And you let him go.
They impeached him
Whether somebody
twice.
told you to let him go or not, you let him go. And that was the time to deal with him then, was to impeach him then. So doing this now actually hurts the government more than it hurts him. This is a personal vendetta for somebody. You mad because your boss told you not to do this. Oh, I'm gonna prove I'm on a crusade now. And people be damned, I'm gonna do this. Country be damned, I'm gonna do this.
So here's a next topic I want to get to. I think anybody who has a question about climate control or climate change, not control, climate change, I don't even know how you even in any way legitimize or stand on that argument right now.
Oh, I was getting ready to say, don't tell me how to set my air conditioner in my house then, because I'm telling you. Me and Pastor Cash had this argument all the time.
Yeah.
It's going to be cool in here.
Let me tell you something. Let me just say, as a person who has stayed at Pastor Tuck's
Winter,
house
spring,
on multiple occasions, the Joker keep a cold house. The best thing for me is whenever I'm at Pastor Tuck's house, I sleep downstairs in the basement. Very nice room. And you can and there's a nice heater in there for people like myself.
I give you your own personal climate control in your room.
But the rest of the house, he keeps it refrigerator cold.
That's right.
I'm talking about you be like, God dog. I mean,
y'all ain't seen cold. You go to my sister. You go to my sister's house. I be wearing sweaters.
Oh man!
I'm talking about you sitting up in the living room with you literally can see your breath. This is just too cold here. But
we got a stack of blankets. We got a stack of blankets over there for guests.
That's what my mother, she used to keep the house cold, and each room was temperature controlled. So I would get in there and I would turn it up, crank it up. She would walk past my room. She said, I smell the heat, turn it down. I smell the heat. Turn it down.
I smell the heat.
I smell the heat.
Oh,
Turn
that's
it down.
funny.
You would go to my mother-in-law's house, and it's on a day it's 85 outside, and it's 90 inside.
Oh man, yep.
See, black folks back then believed that it wasn't nothing wrong with sitting up watching The Price is Right while you sweating. Like you got a towel on your shoulder and your neck running. Like Jaleel would have a pure D fit if he had to live and stay the summer with my grandma Mary. They just sat in the house. It was hot and they ain't had no problem.
Bro, I can't breathe. I be crawling on the floor like it's a fire in the house. Get low.
But we no matter what your position is on climate change, the game has changed in a major way. So we've had 400 plus tornadoes in the United States since January. And in California, Los Angeles, I never heard of a tornado in Los Angeles at all. Never. At all. And I'm talking about they've had multiple tornadoes. And in addition to a whole bunch of other wild stuff. There's some other theories about why why California catching all this.
I get say, we're not going to go there. We're going to let them slide. I know a whole lot of your buddies out there. We're going to let this slide.
Got a lot of people out there. A lot of friends.
We're going to let them slide today.
A lot of pending business out there right now.
Didn't it snow in L.A. too? Didn't it snow in L.A.?
Snowstorm.
That's
Snowstorm.
crazy.
Floods, snowstorms. Yeah.
The altar is open, California. The altar is open.
But the rest of the country, with these tornadoes, of course, just yesterday there was a rash of tornadoes across the South. Okay, 5 people died yesterday from tornadoes. The thing about tornadoes they're very unpredictable. Okay, it's really hard to say, oh, there's a tornado coming. They could be here tomorrow morning, or it could be here in a few hours. Just like and that's the sad part about it. People in their house, or or in downtown in the city, and then all of a sudden something pops off, and then you hear noise, and by the time you jump to respond, they done tore the front of your house off, and it's devastating. Yeah, I mean, but what? We living in some biblical times right now. This is interesting times right now, and I think as people, as believers, I think we should be concerned. Your thoughts, y'all? I'm coming to your comments.
Well, one thing I would say, I every time I hear about a tornado, I was in a tornado once, so. It was
really
crazy. Yes.
Okay.
It was
Do
crazy.
tell. Was this in South Carolina or
yes,
in New York?
It was in South Carolina.
Interesting. Okay.
I think Bill Clinton was president at the time.
Wow.
But what happened was, it came down, and we're in Beach Island and Aiken.
Okay.
It came down Beach Island. This tornado, but this also goes to prove how good God is. The tornado came down. Now my cousin lived right behind me.
Okay.
And it just took off some of the tiles off the top of his
shingles.
house. Yeah, took that off because he has like these Spanish tiles. On the top of his house.
Yeah.
And it took a lot of those off. It came to my house, and all I could hear this like big wind, and I was like, what? This don't sound like a regular storm. I didn't have any TV on. I didn't know what was going on. And so I could just hear this big wind, and I had a dog outside. And I go out and I open up the door, and I'm trying to tell the dog to come in. And
She's going,
Lucky. Come on, Lucky.
Wow.
And he wouldn't come at first. And I'm holding we had a big screen door, and beside I'm holding the screen door open with both hands, and it's shaking in my hand. I'm like, oh my God, what is this? So I'm calling Lucky, come on. Finally, he comes out. Now he was hiding, so he knew it was something wrong.
Yeah.
So he came in the house finally, and we sitting in the living room. I'm like, well, I don't know what is going on. I said, let's get in the hallway. So we got in the hallway with pillows and stuff and sat there. So
you were home by yourself?
Yes, I was home by myself.
Wow.
So the next morning, and you heard it like woo, and then it was gone.
Wow.
So I was like, what in the world was that? Now we had an orchard down with pecan trees. The biggest one, those pecan trees got to be over 100, 150 years old.
Wow.
The biggest one, it was bent all the way over out the ground. So I was like, what happened here? Well, still not knowing it was a tornado. So I go to my cousin, talk to my cousin the next day. He was like, it was a tornado. And what had happened, because this is how good God is. It took the tiles off of his house, because I said he had the Spanish tiles on the top.
Right.
Jumped over my house.
Wow.
And went down the street, this street called Gray Mare Hollow, and it went down the street and tore people's fronts of their house off.
Oh.
You could see the second floor when you drive down. You could see their second floor.
Wow.
I mean, it tore it up down there. It jumped over my house.
Wow.
I was like, what?
Look at God.
What? And see, I was, I was blissfully ignorant that it was a tornado.
Wow.
And then the next day, I was supposed to go to, matter of fact, I did. I went to Augusta to pick my daughter up because she was flying in from New York. And when you went down that street, 278, big highway in Aiken,
Oh,
big
yeah.
highway, 278.
Yeah.
It was just torn up, devastation.
What year was this?
Oh man, I had to be around. Let's see, Jenna was. So maybe in 80, no, she was born in 91.
Clinton,
so 90,
Clinton was 90,
95. No, it had to be later than that.
Okay.
Maybe because we moved down here in 2000. So it had to be when I know he was in office because he came to look at it.
Yeah.
So.
Okay.
Wow. But it was crazy. It was crazy.
Yeah, I've never experienced anything like that. I think the worst thing I've experienced hurricanes. Never experienced a tornado. Praise God. Never that. But these weather phenomena today, even when you would hear about a tornado, it was a tornado season. It was a few months out of the year. Okay, it happened in very specific areas. The Midwest was one of the most consistent areas where you would find tornadoes. Now you're seeing tornadoes hitting the South and now out on the West Coast and even up north. Like tornadoes, New York has had a tornado. That's crazy. So I mean, we live in a truly interesting time. Come to your comments, but it's like it's so crazy how consistent it is. It makes you ponder the question like, what's next? This continues on. What's next? And this is that old school faith, that old school go out there and speak to the storm type faith, peace be still type faith. You know, that Jesse Duplantis, you won't hit my house type faith, and all the other houses around his church property and home property was a mess. His stuff is untouched. I mean, we interesting. I'm Pastor, I'm coming to you, and then I'm coming to your comments.
No, there was a tornado came through. I can't remember. It was maybe about 4 or 5 years ago, I guess. It's funny how you lose track of time with COVID. Everything is.
It really
off.
threw a lot of stuff off. Yeah.
Yeah, I can't. I can never remember tracks of time now with COVID.
Yeah.
But it was a few years back before the kids had gone to college, and we were here, and they were all in the living room, I think. And it was a real bad storm was going on. And I was laying in the room watching TV. And the power went out, I think. The power flickered. And the storm was going on, and Stephen was like, come on, I think we need to go downstairs in the basement. I was like, Lord ain't told me to go nowhere. And so they all went downstairs in the basement. They was all scared. And I was just... I laid there and chilled out. And so, power flickered a couple times and came back on. And it was so funny because it was like, I think after everything, I went on, turned on the news to see. And a tornado had literally gone past us maybe about a quarter of a mile.
Wow. Wow. Good
like,
Lord.
The main street that's like, right up the street from us where all of the, restaurants, all that stuff is.
Yeah.
It literally went right down that street. Went right past our house.
Wow.
But like I told him, the Lord didn't tell me go nowhere.
Wow.
I said, if it was coming, the Lord would have told me move.
Jesus.
And so they were downstairs. They were downstairs in that bedroom when you talk about. They were down there. I'm like, I was chilling. And it came down. I mean, if you look, you can see the path of it. It went literally right down the street.
What's that? What's that statement you always say? You say if I'm scared,
the whole world is shut down before God let me.
No. When you say
I said before you get, I said, shoot, made me lose it. I said, don't you get scared till I get scared. Yeah. If I get scared, you should have been scared a long time ago.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. I've tried that with Yanissa. It still don't work. She always way more antsy than I am.
That's what I tell him. I said,
we good.
Don't you get scared till I get scared. And if I get scared, you should have been scared a long time ago.
Yeah, I'm coming back. We're gonna come to y'all comments, and plus we got two more interesting things that's going on right now in the news. One of them good, and one of them, well, we'll talk about it. Hey, y'all, stay right there, family. This is the Akintunde Show. We're broadcasting live on Clubhouse on the Kingdom Business Network, and we're on Facebook right now. We're on YouTube. We're on the brand new My Church channel on Roku, Amazon Fire TV, and Apple TV. Hey, family, stay right there. Don't you move. This is the Akintunde Show. Looking for promotional products and apparel? Look no further than P&B Promotionals. Place your brand and logo on just about anything with P&B Promotionals. Over 800,000 products, caps, travel mugs, drawstring bags, water bottles, stadium cups, umbrellas, tote bags, and t-shirts. P&B Promotionals is a nationally certified advertising company. Log on to pbpromotionals.com and start your order now. pbpromotionals.com.
Imprinting the best for less.
Check out my website, JaleelMakes.com. We got logos, flyers, video editing, and other stuff too. Also, if you want to make your stream look professional, check out JaleelMakes.com. I have a brand new package for streamers from YouTube to Twitch, Facebook, and so on. If you need overlays, bumpers, intros and outros, thumbnail and logo design, and banner for your Facebook page or your Twitch page, all for a reasonable amount, I assure you, at least I think is reasonable. Anywho, go to my website, JaleelMakes.com. JaleelMakes.com. If it's on that website, I can make it. So check it out. Check it out.
Stop walking in front of the prophet.
Oh, yeah.
All right, family. It's the Akintunde Show. Thank y'all so much. Shout out to our Clubhouse family. I love our Clubhouse family. Leon is in the building. Folek is in the house. Paul is in the house. What's up, family? Lakeisha, what's up, ma'am? How you doing? My church is representing the man cave. Pastor Stephanie, what's up, ma'am? That's Pastor Tucker's wife. She's in the house. Kimberly is in the house. What's up, ma'am? Kimberly has, what's the, let me see what that profile is. What is that, Kimberly? Oh, Kimberly is hilarious. Kimberly, in this doggone rodeo, she legitimately loves that rodeo.
I was going to say that. Yes.
Lord have mercy.
Yes.
Kimberly,
yes,
Kimberly S is in the house. Oh God, not Donna. Lord.
Yeah.
Sounding real. Y'all sounding real thirsty.
Lord.
See, you can do that out there, and nobody gonna say nothing.
Celeste is in the house. What's up, Celeste? Dodie is in the house. Dodie got the storm. Is that a storm? Yeah, like the eye of the storm. Known is in the house. Known by some. I love it. Known by some. Rashandra is in the house. What's up, sis? Thank you for coming through. Angela is in the building. What's up, Angela? And Sister Girl Love. What's up, Sister Girl Love? I hear you. Brenda Mayfield. Thank you, man, for coming through. Hey, y'all, we talking about what's really going on. Talking about some news topics today. We don't do a lot of news on the show, and for good reason.
Before we go too far, did you see Paul Briggs' comment?
No. Let me go back and see what Paul talked about. What was Paul talking about? Go ahead.
Paul said, we taking commercial breaks now. We done got bougie.
Yes, sir, Paul.
Yeah, yes, Paul. Yes, Paul. Yes, Paul. Yes,
Moving
Paul.
on up.
Come on. It's called growth, Paul.
That's right.
It's called increase.
Next level, Paul. We available in over 200 million households now, Paul.
Come on now.
We got to step it up. We got to step the game up.
Come on. And if you got a business, listen to anybody out there. If you have a business that meets our criteria, okay, we can't run no commercial for your strip club or your liquor or your cigar bars, none of that. Okay, but if you have a legitimate business or if you want to celebrate something, you want to celebrate a family member, you want to celebrate a birthday, a pastoral celebration, if you want to celebrate your wife coming up, so you can buy some ads and get you a promotional campaign for the Akintunde Show. And right now we got a special for a limited time only, real talk. But for a limited time only, our production company, will cut the spot for you. So let's say you want to celebrate a loved one, a child, a wife, a spouse, whomever, okay? And you want to have that celebration to be promoted and marketed as a upcoming event, we can run the ads in the show, but if you don't have a commercial, we can produce it for you. That's for a limited time only. So if you have any questions about that, please give us a call at 1-800-280-0094. That's 1-800-280-0094, or email info@theassignmentagency.com. That's info@theassignmentagency.com. We have some very good advertising packages for you right now. We have a special ministry package too. We call it a conference package. So if you have a conference that's coming up and you want to promote your conference, you want to get the word out about your conference, that's your ministry conference, you could definitely get a promotional package for the brand new Akintunde Show. And we, again, like Pastor Tuck said, we're in 200 million households and available, right? So that's a blessing, y'all. Don't take that lightly at all. It's 11:15 right now. And thank you for Trishan and Jaleel, and they're keeping us on time. They're directing the show. So there's a lot going on. Donna.
Yes.
Which story you want to do now? You keep us on schedule.
Well, since let's follow up from last week with Angela White.
Yeah,
Angela White.
Minister Angela White.
Minister. She received her doctorate.
Yeah.
At seminary. So she got baptized. She has completely changed her life.
I took some flack for celebrating Kanye West when he made his transition and became a Christian and really went hard. I mean, Kanye got some issues. Kanye Wild does be wilding out. Just to say what it is, right? Yeah. But I really celebrated him a couple of years ago. I think that was pre-pandemic or during that season when he was kind of out there, and then he did a hard shift. And so some people are like, well, you really shouldn't be celebrating him or propping him up and nothing like that because number one, you don't know, and this. I'm like, I don't know. Look, I don't know you. I don't know what your walk is. Exactly. But my thing is you definitely should not put anybody on a pedestal, even if they are a celebrity. But I also believe that you should celebrate people when they make that transition, and particularly when they are in the public eye. Why is that important? Because when you are a public figure, whether you are a rapper, actor, whomever, social media influencer like Angela, and you make that transition, you got to understand something. The enemy don't want that. You are an affront to the devil. So you have a red dot. You have a spiritual red dot on your head, and we have to pray for people that they are able to withstand and that they have the right help around them, people protecting them, because the enemy don't want Kanye, don't want Angela, formerly Black CHYNA, to walk in their full new self. They're renewed.
And let's say this: when people have babies, we celebrate them having babies.
Yes, sir.
We don't just celebrate them because they graduated from high school or they got all straight A's and they did everything right.
Right.
We celebrate them being born.
Right.
And that's what we celebrate. We celebrate the fact that they've been born again. The Bible says that the angels rejoice when one who was lost got saved.
Yes.
One.
And so that's what we're celebrating. People get this thing twisted when you're saying, "Oh, y'all celebrating Kanye too early." No, we're celebrating the fact that he got saved. The fact that does he need to grow? Does he need to be discipled?
Yes.
Yes, and a whole lot of believers do. A whole lot of believers never have gotten out of spiritual pampers.
Right.
A whole lot of them still walking around here with diapers. Wow. Pee and boo-booing on themselves.
Wow.
Because they've not been potty trained.
Yeah. Ooh.
And that's a problem.
Yeah.
Because some of them been saved, been born again for 40 years and still got that issue.
Yeah. Yeah.
They're not even as new as Kanye.
Right.
But the camera's on Kanye, so let's stop doing that to people.
Right. Right. And
let's celebrate the fact that they've been born again.
And they have a lot of factors working against them in many cases. A lot of issues known and unknown.
Exactly.
And I just remember myself when being a comedian who cussed all the time, who cussed on stage, who had a solid rated R show, And when, I got the call to come out of the club and do it another way, a lot of people doubt it. A lot of people, I would do radio shows, and people who had seen Comic View or whatever will call and make little comments. Well, I saw you on this, or ain't no such thing as a Christian comedian. God is not in the business of making people laugh, and that's blasphemy. You're playing, you're mocking the church. Man, I used to hear all that stuff. It got to the point where I would do a radio interview promoting whatever, one of my comedy albums or upcoming tour date, and I would just be ready for it, because there's always somebody super deep coming that's gonna call and attack or question my faith walk, my process, me being a Christian, and how long I've been saved or whatever. And my thing is, man, every time I see a celebrity make that jump, that transition from their worldly point of view to a kingdom newness, my heart always goes out to them, because I know how the enemy attacks. And then you talking about, this is pre-social media when I got saved.
Right.
This is pre-Facebook, MySpace, all of that. Well, none of that out there relevant back then. So I didn't have to be concerned about somebody taking one of my videos
This was
and
pre-cell
posting
phones.
it. Right?
This was pre-cell phones. Y'all understand?
It wasn't that long
still
ago.
rocking pages and payphones.
It wasn't that long ago. Watch your shots, Tristan. It wasn't that long
rocking
ago.
pages and payphones back then. Y'all remember?
I got saved. I got saved. It was cell phones, but it was pager days. It was definitely pager days. It was pullovers like 911 call.
Yeah. Cell phones was $1.25 a minute. So I won't push it like that.
Boy, you remember back in the day when you got a 911 page? It's like, I would call Nissa sometimes. She'd be like, I need you to get some bread. Hey, don't call me 911.
Yeah, exactly.
Why you do that?
I just jumped off the highway to find a payphone.
Right. Why you pay? Nah, don't do that. Like 911 is for specific stuff.
People just all willy-nilly with the 911.
Right.
You can't just throw 911 out there.
Right. That meant something. That meant a problem. Something wrong.
Well, that was a problem. I need some bread. That is a problem.
That can wait till I get to wherever I'm going, or wait till I get to my destination. I done pulled over. I done found a payphone, had to run inside and get change, had to come out, go to the payphone, call somebody. That payphone didn't work, so I had to go down to the payphone down the street and use that payphone just for you to call me and tell me you need some bread. No, that wasn't an emergency, man.
You about to cause a real 911. You about to cause somebody to have a car accident trying to call you about some bread.
Someone please call 911. Let me read some of y'all comments. Y'all are hilarious. Paul Briggs talking about, is there a CH Family 5-finger discount? No, Paul. We do have some, but we can customize the package for you. Kimberly said that is awesome. Thank you, Kimberly. Kimberly also said Kanye just needs to stay on his medication. Yeah, and he needs some prayer, and he need a good pastor who don't care nothing about his celebrity.
That's right.
That's something. I'm gonna tell y'all something. A lot of
tell
people
him call Pastor Tuck.
But for real talk, a lot of people talk about. I've had a lot of questions. Hey man, well, how you do this? How you do that? I'm gonna tell you something. I have a good accountability network. I have a real relationship with my pastor. My pastor does not have any problem calling me and challenging me on something or correcting me, and I accept that correction. Here's the other thing. I have a network of men of God like Pastor Tuck and others, and women of God, Donna and other pastoral leaders who hold me and my wife accountable. And that's a beautiful thing. If you out here in this public space and you have no network of accountability, you have nobody who holds you accountable for what you say, what even who may even question you on what products you do. If nobody can ask you a question, hey man, why was you tonguing that woman down in that movie? Hey man, why did you say that on stage? What did you mean when you made that statement on this particular show? You need people like that who will call you and check you on that. And if you don't have that, that's how you get off. Holy Spirit puts accountability partners and folks around you. I'm not talking about people who judge you. I'm not talking about people who are religious. I'm not talking about people who just want to be in the circle and coattail riders. No, I'm talking about real people of God who care enough about you to challenge you, to pray for you and even correct you.
Yeah, I don't care Art gonna be at World Changes tomorrow. I still clown him and tell him about himself. I don't care that he hosts the Stellar Awards and be doing Tom Jones' Cruise. I tell him about himself. I tell him his hands ashy.
Not today, though. Not today.
See, he needs dudes like that in his life.
Not today though. Look at his hand.
That's good. That's good. See,
Even in between.
Keep him up.
He respect the channel. He respect the channel. See, Paul, we getting bougie. I'm getting lotion. See, that's what happened when we go on Roku, Fire Stick, and Apple TV.
Lotion.
The other day,
you can afford some lotion.
The other day, I was either leaving the office or heading, getting ready to come into the studio. And Don was like, "Get you some lotion. We can't have you out there asking." I wasn't even thinking about it.
I know.
She's like, get you some lotion. I was like, thank you, ma'am. She's like, Pastor Tuck and Jason gonna get you. And Pastor Tuck can't call. I done called Pastor Tuck and asked you on multiple occasions. Okay.
Look, I told you. I told you now we're in over 200 million households. I keep my stuff on set.
What is that?
This is vitamin E collagen.
Vitamin E.
Swiss collagen. This is the only thing keep these knuckles green. This is the only thing work on these. You can't just use anything.
Yeah. Pastor Tuck got them old school work on cars hands. That's
yes, sir.
See, you
come from punching a whole lot of jokers in the day, boy. Skin get tough, boy.
I used to, if you wanted back in the day, good lotion. Remember that Queen Helene?
Oh yeah, Queen Helene.
Queen
in
Helene.
the jar. Yep.
Yeah, that was some good lotion right there. Paul said, "I want to know if Ak is showing up with his youth choir jeans."
No, he's straight today.
Boy.
He's straight today. He's straight today, Paul.
No, he's talking about tomorrow. He's talking about tomorrow.
Tomorrow.
Yeah.
Oh, tomorrow.
That's funny.
Look, y'all petting these comments. Leon talking about, I don't care about Ak going to this naked and letting it hang out conference. No, Leon, no, hold on. No, it's naked.
Naked and afraid.
Naked and unafraid.
We very afraid. We very afraid, Leon. We very afraid.
Hold on, let me get one for
very
Paul.
Afraid of being naked. Yes, we are.
The first time he didn't he say naked and afraid?
Yes, we very afraid of Ak being naked. Yes, we are.
You should be naked and unafraid. And you can guarantee.
I don't know what's worse.
I'm gonna spend 5-10 minutes talking about that tomorrow. I'm on Saturday. I'm like, hey, this name on this conference. I understand spiritually what you mean, but I need y'all to understand the pressure that it is for a male comedian coming to a women's conference called Naked and Unafraid. Yeah. Yes.
Paul Briggs, it sounds like a reality show pilot reject.
Somebody went in and pitched it. So here's the deal. It's 100 women. No. Let me stop. Naked Unafraid. I'll be there for the women's retreat conference on.
I can't say naked and here's my phone number.
Daily I shall.
Boy. Talking about this double ignorant, boy. Y'all.
Yes.
Catch me tomorrow. I'll be at World Changers Church International, 6:00 p.m. tomorrow, College Park, Georgia. Pastors Creflo and that Taffy Dollar. It's their it's their Good Friday block party. And we'll be in the house. Glad to be back with my World Changers family. Saturday here in Columbia, Naked and Unafraid Women's Conference. And Sunday, I'm going to be in church for Easter Sunday. Yeah. Be in church on Easter Sunday and enjoying our Resurrection Sunday service at Right Direction Church International, 3506 Broad River Road, Columbia, South Carolina. Y'all come through and chill out with us. If you don't have a good church home, come through and hang out with us on coming up on this Sunday. And
if you don't feel like going out, just download the My Church channel.
There it is.
12:15.
There you go.
There it is.
Get your resurrection word.
And if you come back from church, you still download the My Church channel because it's
get you
right
another
there.
resurrection word.
Come on.
Hey, or you can go to the Brook on Park Lane in Columbia.
You better say
Brook, Pastor Simeon
Pastor
Moultrie.
Moultrie.
Pastor Simeon and Pastor Nikki Moultrie. Yes.
The Moultrie's bringing that word here in Columbia.
That's right.
Yeah.
The Brook.
Yep. Leon Campbell said, that's good, Ak. Look at all of the horror stories of the athletes giving millions of dollars without good mentors. Yeah, you're right.
Mm-hmm.
You're right.
Yeah.
Not having the right people around you, and not having these money guys. This is my whole thing. This is what gets me about people who have a problem with folks giving money to the church. athletes go to bars and restaurants and go to clubs and blow thousands of dollars on ignorant stuff, on dumb stuff.
Throw 100 bands in the strip club in a minute
and brag about it. I spent $15,000 in this. You know how
bottle
ignorant
service.
you are.
Yep.
You know how ignorant you know how ignorant it is to spend that
literally
much money.
pissed it down the toilet.
Literally, you drunk it, and what do you feel? I couldn't even imagine even if you got it. How much do you feel like an idiot the next day when you go to a literal? Jamie Foxx talked about this. He talked about how bad he felt after going to a restaurant with a whole bunch of people and spending $35,000 in the restaurant. Even if you got it,
crazy.
That's a waste of money. That's foolishness. Ignorance.
That's somebody's life, man.
Yeah,
that's somebody's life.
Yeah, my God. Yeah, but see, folks always have something to say. Oh, you don't give all that money to the church. Once you get into the church, the pastor this, pimps in the pulpit. Like y'all focus on the wrong thing, and that type of thinking is what has the black community in the financial peril that we are. If we recognize the kingdom principles that come along with tithing, sowing, and reaping, we would be much more focused on giving and helping and just expanding the kingdom. The church is the one community where is the one entity, I should say, where you can see how the money is being spent and you can track it. You can't track that with the government. You don't know what Uncle Sam giving with your taxes, but guarantee I bet you better pay him. You better pay him. If you know what I know, you better pay him. But you don't know what the government doing with your money, good or bad. That's against your faith, against what you stand for, even against you culturally, racially, whatever. You have no say so in it. But if you're a member of a good church, you can at least see, you can track. Hey, my church is doing this. My church is participating in that. And if you're not in the church that's doing that, you need to find you one that is. That is excellent with transparency and actually do what they say. But these mindset of don't give your money here, but people celebrate athletes going to bars and spending thousands of dollars. I wish somebody tell me what's the on record, what's the most amount of money a rapper or athlete spending in any type of nightclub. I wish I knew that, because I know people brag on records about spending thousands of dollars. Ignorance.
I don't know. But if you're looking for a ministry to sow into, follow me on Cash App. Follow side, My Church Lynchburg. We got a whole streaming network to take care of.
Let me tell you something. That doggone Stephon done started something. I told you, I said, Negro, follow me on Cash App. I said, that is brilliant. I said, I will be using it. I said, I'm not going to do it on comedically, but I will use it. Kimberly said, yes, Pastor Tuck, I used that yesterday. Come on now. Leon said, that's only if you have humility would it matter. If not, then it will make the proud and arrogant even more boastful. Yeah. Paul Briggs said, 35,000, you must have never fed a football team. Especially the O and D line.
Better take them jokes to a buffet.
That's it, buffet.
Let me tell you something. Anytime I ever took my kids and their friends out, or pick my boys up from practice and a couple of their friends, when we go to get something to eat, you always go to buffets. Always. Flat rate, eat how much you want, then we go into the house. Call your mama, ask your mom if you mind. We going by Ryan's, or we going by whatever the hot spot.
Take them to a pizza spot. Everybody get their own pizza. We done.
Yeah. Yes. What's the last story, Donna? We out of time, but what's the last one?
That is about Angela Reese and Caitlin Clark. Angela Reese, LSU, Caitlin Clark, Iowa. And it went something like, I can't see you.
So I'm going to come to that.
That whole thing.
I'm going to talk about that. And now, real quick, this right here, Jaleel just brought me the record. Now get this right. This is research Jaleel just did. Okay. Drake spent $1 million in a nightclub.
A nightclub.
You could have bought the darn nightclub for that, man. Shut up. That's just ignorance.
Crazy.
Ignorance. You could have bought the nightclub for that.
$1 million in a nightclub. What could you have purchased?
The nightclub.
Everybody.
The nightclub.
The building.
Literally. The nightclub.
I need the deed, sir.
Tell you what, bruh. I know what I'm planning on dropping tonight. Just sign it over.
Jesus.
And I ain't spending nothing. We can do this every night for free.
So that means this man spent that on liquor and chicken wings. and VIP and tips
And champagne room.
and champagne. Probably buying
The
the
champagne
buying
room.
liquor. Oh, champagne room. Okay.
Sparklers. Because you know they had to bring the bottle out with sparklers at the top.
Wow. Kimberly Morgan said Cardi B and Offset spent more than that at a strip club. More than $1 million? Huh?
That's crazy. For one night.
Bro, please.
What?
Didn't Cardi B used to strip for a living?
Yes, she did.
I'm like, you better gave her that $100, that $1 million. Be like, you better do that right here,
At
wife.
the house. Go home and do that.
That's got to be over a period of time.
We'll build
Not
a new
just
wing.
one night.
Donna.
What are you talking?
Night?
Donna, there's bottles of champagne
Yeah,
that cost over $1,000.
that's true. But you talking about $1 million.
That is utterly stupid. That is stupid on steroids. That's ignorant.
What the hell? Kimberly Morgan said she used to be a stripper, so she calls it supporting the girls.
No.
Oh.
It's called profoundly dumb. That's dumb money.
It's called, if that's the case, we got scholarship funds for y'all. I ain't coming in here just throwing those $1 million
Come
on the
on.
floor. That's just stupid.
I mean, if she wanted to do that to that point, she could literally set up a nonprofit, funnel that
Exactly.
money into that nonprofit, help them out, and get a tax write-off. But
Exactly. If you in here stripping to go to school, I got a scholarship for you. Come on.
Yeah, come on.
We're gonna write that off.
Fill this out right now. Fill this out right here. Here's an application on your phone. Fill this out right now. I'm gonna be a blessing. And you ain't got to do this. No, that's foolishness. That's for reputation. And again, and I know we got transition to the last topic, but that is the epitome of ignorance, which keeps the black community in financial peril, because as opposed to investing in business, as opposed to supporting a small mom and pop business on the corner that may be struggling or just getting by, you spend $1 million in a bar. That's
Supporting
crazy.
a fledgling Christian network on the streaming channel.
Yeah. For real talk.
Yes.
Yeah. Put your money where your kingdom is.
Well, they are, aren't they?
Yeah, Donna just said, yeah, that's what they doing.
Wow.
That's what they doing.
Wow. Well said, ma'am. Last topic for today. Okay, of course, the big topic has been what's the young lady's name? Angel Reese. Angel Reese. And in LSU, Iowa, First Lady Jill Biden took it upon herself to invite both teams to the White House, and a lot of people had a problem with it. Before I give my thoughts on it, I want to give Donna and Pastor Tuck some space to give y'all thoughts about what. So just in case nobody don't know. I'm assuming Pastor Tuck know about this. Pastor Tuck is.
I know about this.
Okay.
You know, I stay up on sports. That's about the only news I follow.
Okay. So, of course, I mean, a lot of folks had a lot to say. Before I give my thoughts on it, and I definitely come into the comments, Donna, Pastor Tuck, what's your thoughts on the situation?
Well, I think my first thing is this, okay? And I'm probably have a very unpopular opinion. However, my thing at first was she invited both of them, both teams. I know it's tradition that just the winning team is supposed to get an invitation from the White House. However, in my brain, I'm thinking that the winners go. It was a spur of the moment. She invited both teams to come because you have two powerhouse teams of empowered women. And she was putting out the invitation for them to come. And I for one did not see anything wrong with that. But tradition has said the winning team comes. I had a debate with one of my friends, and I was telling he feels that it was set a precedent for something else, and that he believed that Jill Biden saw herself in this Caitlin Clark, and so she wanted to toss her a bone. You come, you come too. I, for one, just do not see the problem with both of them going. However, like I said, I probably have a very minority opinion because you have the two powerhouse teams, and they went. These are women. We are being celebrated. Let's go.
All right.
Well,
Now,
Reverend Tucker?
Donna, yes, first of all, your opinion is very unpopular.
I know it. I know it is.
And
I know it is.
I'll even
'Cause
go
I'm
a step further and saying it's incorrect. And so let's
opinion.
let's give some backstory to this. The reason why this becomes an issue is, first of all, we know South Carolina with Staley was supposed to be the favorite to win.
Right.
And that team was a whole lot more chocolate than vanilla.
Right.
Yeah.
And when they came up against Iowa, it was almost chocolate versus vanilla.
True.
So when Iowa won, that was one problem. So all of a sudden they were the great, shall we say, white height. And so the other problem was everybody doing their brackets. Joe did not even have LSU coming out of LSU.
Yeah.
They said they weren't even going to make it out of the state. And so when she came to the game, of course, she's rooting for Iowa. She didn't even, I don't know if she went to their locker room first, but because of what Joe had already put out there about them, saying that they were not even going to make it out, they didn't even want her to come to their locker room. And so when they came and did what they did to Iowa, of course, now everybody's like, oh my God. Because once they beat South Carolina, they was like, oh, we got one. This is ours. And so this is that consolation prize thing.
Yeah.
Oh, well, since they didn't actually win it for us, we still gonna pull them up here with us. No, you don't get to do that.
Yeah.
You don't get to do that.
Yeah. Yeah.
That would be no different than if who did Barack win against? Hillary?
Hillary and Mitt Romney.
No, Barack ran against who?
Oh, John McCain and Mitt Romney.
It was McCain. No, in the actual election, it was
in the
Obama
general election, it was Obama against McCain, and then Obama.
That would be
Mitt
like
Romney.
at the victory party, we're gonna say, okay, we're gonna have a victory party for Obama and Romney.
Right.
Really?
Yeah.
No, we're not doing that. And no other sport in history, and not just a traditional thing, in history, in the NBA Finals, in the Super Bowl, you don't get to say, well, the Patriots going to come and the team they beat.
We're going to share the trophy.
The Chiefs going to come and the team they beat.
Yeah.
And the beat. You know, the Lakers going to come and the team they beat. The Warriors going to come and the team they beat.
Right.
The Heat going to come and the team they beat.
Right.
Nobody's ever done that. No, this is some favoritism stuff.
And I, you know, here's my thing. You know, I'm not gonna go to the racist column on this, because I feel as though what Jill Biden was trying to do, this is my thoughts. Now you might say, you being generous, right? But my thought is that what she was probably trying to do was to bring a little bit of levity to the situation and kind of calm all the back and forth. And I'm just going to invite both teams to the White House. That's what I really feel they was trying to do. But it was poorly placed. It was a poor gesture. That's my opinion.
I still think, like you said, you've been a little generous, because the issue had nothing to do with Caitlin. The issue had nothing to do with Caitlin.
Yeah.
The issue was with her and was with Angel. So the key would have been, when Angel comes, you make a bigger show of apologizing to Angel, because that's the news story.
Well, here's my thing.
So why would you bring Caitlin? You're just rubbing that more in her face.
Well, it's 3 points, and we out of time. I want to get these 3 points in real quick. First of all, I think them even suggesting that both teams should come to the White House is a whole part of this everybody gets a trophy generation and culture that we operating in right now, which has grown men today weaker because they took the competitive process out of high school sports, little league sports. If you don't win, if you lose, you lose. If you don't play well, you don't get in the game. Sit on the bench, ride the bench, let your mama talk trash to you on the way to the house. She's tired of coming to the doggone game and watching you not play. You need to practice. You need to get in the game. You need to get your jump shot up, because I didn't spend all that doggone money to get you on the team, pay for them doggone shoes, and play and pay for you to be on this team, and you not playing. Get yourself together. That you're not having them conversations in the car today, and that's what makes some of these kids punks, weak, soft as a loaf of bread, and make them turn to grown men and think that somebody owe you something because you just at the job or on the team. No, nobody owe you nothing, sir, ma'am. No. You earn the doggone promotion. Nobody don't owe you nothing, sir. Women don't owe you respect just because you're a man. They owe you respect if you are a husband, and a good husband at that. So this is a part of that whole, everybody gets a trophy. Everybody. I told y'all the story of Jaleel. Jaleel played baseball. Jaleel, no, he was hot burning garbage on the baseball field. He was in the field just talking and playing and dancing. Jaleel said to himself when they gave him a trophy, Jaleel comes to me and says, I don't deserve this, Dad. Why did they give me this? And I said, it's okay, son. What I should have said was, no, go and give it back to him. It's that whole mindset. And I'm not berating Jaleel. Jaleel, we laugh about this. I talk about it on stage. He's talked about it himself. He agreed. Why did they give me this trophy? Here's the other thing, too. Down to your point. Go to your 3-shot, Tristan. Down to your point. Okay? If it's women empowerment, it's women empowerment every year, because it's 2 teams every year.
Right.
So
Exactly.
why is it different this year?
They're powerhouses every year.
Every year.
That's true.
Every
That's
year.
true.
So
UConn, South Carolina, every year they're powerhouse teams.
So here's my last point. We way over time. Thank you, Jaleel. 11:45. Here's my thing. I do agree with this. Angel, what's the little girl from LSU?
Angel.
Yeah, I think she could have some more decorum. I think to me, you say what you want to say. I know it's unpopular.
That's that Baton Rouge right there, baby.
No, she from Baltimore. She played for Baton Rouge. She playing Baton Rouge. Yeah.
That's even better.
That's right there at Washington.
But see, here's my thing, and I know this gonna be unpopular to somebody, but I'm telling you something, man. You got to learn how to be graceful, and you got to learn how to operate in public spaces when you have a lot given to you. I mean, some of that ratchetness, man. You gotta learn how to tone some of that down.
I agree.
I know you might be the hood chick.
Somebody should have coached her up on that.
But somebody
should have coached her on that.
And guess what? Listen, if the president of the United States or the first lady of the United States didn't have you on their bracket, so they was wrong. That don't mean you don't invite the first lady into the doggone locker room. Why not? She the first lady of the doggone United States. Thank you, man, for coming to see us.
Wait a minute, though.
Why? What?
What I'm saying is that ain't no Angel. There's a coach.
Yes.
Exactly. Yes. But she said, they said the team made that decision. No, the coaches said override her. No, we're not going to disrespect the first lady of the United States.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying. Yeah. That's what I'm saying. What coach in there saying, no, we're not going to let the first lady come in here?
It's like kids and
parents. What coach is in there that goes along with that?
And you know what?
That's the issue.
You should probably check the coach's political perspective, political position, because it could be connected there. Okay.
Yeah. And that's so like I said, that's the trash talk that she was doing.
Kimberly said the coach is a Republican. Bam. Okay. There it is.
So 3 points. So as far as the trash talk, I have no problem with her talking trash about Joe didn't have me on his bracket.
Yeah, that's fine. No problem with that.
That's fine.
That's fine.
But the fact that they actually didn't let her come in, that's a coach issue.
That's a problem.
But, But the thing that you talk about as far as you think is that everybody get a trophy, I don't even think that's the case, because I guarantee you this. If LSU had beat South Carolina, they wouldn't have invited both of them. I can guarantee you that.
Of course not. Of course not. Absolutely not.
That's why I say this is more than everybody gets a trophy.
What I'm
this
saying
is personal.
I think it is personal. I think I don't necessarily. There may be some underlying undertone racism in there. In my opinion, I really believe it is. Hey, we trying to appease everybody. Joe, and because Joe black folks got him in office. Black folks pushed him over the top, right? So it's trying to be like, hey, let's calm this down. There's a lot of rhetoric out there. There's a lot of conversation. You know what? Both. Let's invite both. Right. Kumbaya. No, you lost. Stay home. Stay at the house. God dog it. And I'll stand on what I say. I believe it is a part of that everybody gets a trophy culture. The reason why I say that, Pastor Tuck, is because in sports, nowhere else. In business, if you lose, you lose. In sports, if you lose, you lose. This is we gotta take things back to the basics. Some things need to go back to the basics. Some stuff need to change. Some stuff need to go to the basics. All right, y'all. We got
and that's why I have an absolute problem with it, because sports is the ultimate meritocracy. You either win or lose based on points. Wow. That's it.
Clear.
Wow.
Clear.
Yes.
Yeah.
Clear.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, and of course
you
now,
don't pollute sports.
Now you not. There are times when people cheat. You know, like what was this last year or what was it? What was it last year or the year before last or this year or last? Where I think it was the Super Bowl, and they felt like the referees won the put they film on the
That's
scale.
still all part of the game, but it still comes down to what you put on the field. That's what you put on the field. It can't be politics. It can't be. Right. It's supposed to be me against you, mano y mano. That's what it's supposed to be, and that's why that ain't right.
And let me be clear about this right here. I have no problem with Angel, the little sister, doing the John Cena hand motion. Nothing wrong with that.
That girl been doing it the whole time. The other girl was doing it the whole time.
Yeah. So to be clear,
she did it back. But let me say something. Mm-hmm. She said, Caitlin Clark said she never even saw Angel do that. She was in line getting, high five, congratulating. She never even saw that. Right.
Yeah, I saw her she was either ignoring her or blocking her out during the game, trying, because she was looking in a different direction. And when somebody crushing you like she was, she probably wasn't looking at her because she probably knew this ain't going
She said,
well.
I didn't even see it. She said, I was in line trying to get, doing the high fives and everything, congratulating. I never even saw Angel do that.
Interesting. Kimberly said Tony Yayo started that hand movement and John Cena got it from him. Interesting. Kimberly also said, come on, Pastor Tuck, with the big words, LOL. Meritocracy.
Hey, that's a Stephen A word there.
Paul Briggs said, attack on SEC team, you catch it from all of them. Man law. Leon, he said attack one SEC team, you catch it from all of them. Leon Campbell said, cool with black folks like President Clinton who played with the sax. Biden need to play the harmonica or banjo.
That's Jason. Jason should have been here. Playing harmonica.
Ignis. Paul Briggs said LSU and SC are both in the SEC. Their slogan is, it means more. Interesting.
That's right.
You said, Leon Campbell said, Biden trying to be Poe? What do you mean? You mean politically correct? Okay. Political. Okay. Let me go up here. Marion Motley said, you don't have to be ugly. Do the right thing, no matter where you are. I agree. And I think to that point, Sister Marion, I think that we have to teach our young people how to be gracious, how to be professional. Even the biggest trash talker ever in sports was Muhammad Ali. But Muhammad Ali was never disrespectful. You never felt like he was angry or was attacking Howard Cosell, even though he talked some amazing trash to Howard Cosell. Talk about Howard Cosell toupee to his face.
He talked about that man's wife, man.
but it was something about it that did not feel malicious.
Because it was staged.
Yeah. All right, Donna, that's the point. I never thought, hey, listen, y'all, we got to get up out of here. Do we have time for the Kingdom Business shout out? Let me see. 11:52. Okay.
If you ask Donna, you do.
I was gonna say, just play the song.
Okay. Let me see. I think we can get it. All right.
Let's get.
Now it's time for your Kingdom Business shout out of the day.
Get my throat right. Cricket letter.
Oh my God.
Cricket letter.
Let's go.
Cricket letter.
Today's Kingdom Business shout out goes to Cynthia Haynes. She's sent 8615 here on Clubhouse. She is Release It Coach and Freedom Navigator, certified life coach, ordained minister and speaker, ministry and marketplace coach for women of faith. I hear you, sis. As the Release It Coach and Freedom Navigator, I navigate women to a place of freedom by helping them recognize and trace their fruit that leads to uncovering roots of rejection that has caused them trauma and once had their true identity hostage. Retreat rental. She's a trauma-informed coaching, courses, presentations. She has all that. All right. Cynthia Haynes, our Kingdom Business shout out of the day. All right, y'all. You know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna send Canton.
That's all right.
I'm gonna email
That's
Canton
all
this
right.
video. I'm pull that clip with Donna just enjoying this song.
That makes me happy. I mean, you know, sometimes you get a hook and a hook can just change your day. That's what it does.
I love that song. Canton and I used to tour together back in the day. When I shouldn't say tour together. We used to be on a lot of dates together. Back then we would wind up doing multiple shows in a year together. And I used to always love that song right there. And when he put that out, that was one of the ones. Jaleel laughs because I used to play that song all the time in the truck. I was always trying to expose my kids to Kingdom Christian Holy Hip Hop, and that was one of those albums. I love that album right there. Y'all, we got to get up out of here. Coming up this Sunday, family. Let me get it right. Coming up this Sunday, Resurrection Sunday, It will be the release and the rise of the brand new My Church channel on not Clubhouse, on Roku, Apple TV, and Amazon Fire TV. Look out, coming up this afternoon, we're going to post a brand new interview with me and Pastor Tuck talking about this, expanding on the subject of why Christians should be relevant and operating in the media spaces, why we should be on these various platforms, taking the kingdom to all the world. And you may say, well, of course, we know that, because Christians have been on television for years. But here's the thing. We're not fully functioning and operating as we should, as many as we should, on these various other smart TV platforms. So Pastor Tuck and I have an expanded conversation that'll be coming up this afternoon. So look out for that about 3 o'clock, 3:30, right here on Facebook and on YouTube and the various platforms. It'll also be available probably later on. Maybe that's to be a part of the launch for Sunday. You tell me, Pastor Tuck. But again, that's coming up this Sunday is the official launch of the brand new My Church channel. Make sure you go ahead now and download the app to your smart TV, to your phone, to your tablet, your laptop, or wherever you consume media content. It's 11:56. We got to get up out of here. Catch me tomorrow. I'll be in Atlanta, Georgia at World Changers Church International for their Good Friday block party. Pastor Taffy and Pastor Creflo Dollar, I'll be with them on tomorrow night. Coming up Saturday, I know they've been cutting up about it, but it's the Naked and Unafraid Women's Conference in Columbia, South Carolina, and I will have you. Listen with me. All the women
naked and very afraid.
Will have all the women will have their clothes on. They're so hey.
Aqua will be naked. I'm very afraid.
And very afraid.
I don't want to ruin nobody's self-esteem. All right, we got to get up out of here. Hey, family. We'll be right back in this spot coming up Tuesday, 10 o'clock a.m. on Clubhouse, on Facebook, on YouTube, on Twitter, and, of course, on the My Church channel. Hey, family, we love y'all. We thank you all. Happy Easter weekend. Happy Resurrection weekend. And
Resurrection.
He died for our sins. He died on Friday. And
we ain't chasing no bunnies.
He rose. Pastor, hold on, Pastor. You not having the Easter egg at the house?
Absolutely not. You know that's a pet peeve of mine.
You did one last year, but you did one last year.
No, sir.
Yes, you did.
No, I did not.
Pastor Tuck.
No, I did not.
I got the pictures. You had the Easter bunny outfit on, everything.
No, sir, buddy. No, sir, buddy.
He had a chocolate Easter bunny outfit on.
No, sir. Only buddy I do is a Playboy bunny, yo.
He got it on today. The chocolate Easter egg.
The bunny I do is the Playboy bunny, yo.
He went from bad to worse. Hold on. Let me back him out this driveway. Hey, y'all, enjoy the weekend. We'll be right back here Tuesday live, family. Until then, we love y'all. We thank y'all. We appreciate y'all for spending your time with us. This is the Akintunde Show. And until next Tuesday, we're going to see y'all when we see y'all. Peace.
Peace.
Stop Stop walking in front of the prophet.
Oh, yeah.